Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Thank you all for hopping aboard with me for another video. In this one, we have presidential hopeful Vivek Ramaswamy suspending his campaign and endorsing the one, the only best president in my lifetime thus far, President Donald J. Trump. Now, this was kind of like inevitable to me, in my opinion. Um, First off, I was not on the bandwagon or really supporting Vivek. Okay, I have appreciated what he has said in the public eye, going on interviews with CNN and wherever else he's been. All right, doing these interviews, he's spoken the right messaging. Okay, I give him props to that. Very intelligent guy, a very articulate man. But when it comes to being president, I just never got that connection as far as like when Trump ran and was president, right, from 2016 to 2020. It was a difference, right? With Vivek, for me, I just didn't have that connection, like as far as him being president. Now, with him suspending his campaign, and in this video I'm about to show, he endorses President Trump. I like this because this is him humbling himself, realizing, okay, it's not my time. So let me, show support to the guy who is the front runner. Okay, let me humble myself and support this guy who he already had a relationship with already. Like I don't, they've never been enemies, as far as I could tell. But I like this. I like Trump running, Vivek pushing that, right. Being on the campaign trail with Trump backing him up. I like that, right. And I wouldn't be mad at Vivek being a part of Trump's administration in some way, shape, or form, right? Whether that may be VP, maybe that's, I don't know, secretary of some other department, all right? Because Vivek is a very well-rounded guy, like he just is. I just didn't connect with him being president, but I don't have an issue with him being a part of the administration. Now, without further ado, let me bring in this video clip, and this is from Trump's in New Hampshire. Shout out to New Hampshire. All right, let's listen in.
I was honored to receive the endorsement of a man who has become a true leader and earned the admiration of so many patriots. I've been a friend of his, even though we were competing against each other. But I was a friend of his and we got along. And he was saying he's a great president. I kept saying, why is he running? He keeps calling me a great president. But he's a fantastic guy, a very smart guy. He's got some tremendous ideas and he's young.
Before Trump, I'm gonna rewind that too, so you can catch everything he's saying. But man, see, this is why I like Trump so much, just as a president, but just as a person. The guy's just naturally a funny guy, naturally lighthearted, just a guy who you can just sit down. He can sit down with a guy who does plumbing for a living. He can sit down with a school teacher. He can sit down with a police officer. He can sit down with an attorney. He can sit down with a CEO of a nonprofit. He can sit down with a CEO of a Fortune 500. He can sit down with any person from any background. He can sit down with a person who's on welfare and have a conversation with that individual, right? Without high siding, right? Without lifting himself up over that person to be like, he's talking down to that person. He can talk to you no matter what level you're at. And we all know his level, right? In the worldly standard of what a level is, right? We know where he is in life. He can talk to anyone. I respect that so much about him. And anyway, let me rewind it just a bit. All right.
He keeps calling me a great president, but he's a fantastic guy, a very smart guy. He's got some tremendous ideas, and he's young, and he's got some young ideas too, and that's a good thing. So he has a big, beautiful, bright future ahead. Vivek Ramaswamy. Come on up, Vivek.
Let's do this, guys. It's good to see you. It's good to be back to New Hampshire. We miss you guys. We're going to make this happen, and you guys know this well. You know this man. You know why we're here. Patriots across the state. We are in the middle of a war in this country. That's what this is. It's not a war between black and white. It's not between Democrat and Republican, even in a deeper sense. It's between the permanent state and the everyday citizen, between those of us who love the United States of America and a fringe minority who hates this country and what we stand for.
Absolutely right. There's a war going on, right? Those of us who are people of faith, Christian people, we understand there is a war, a spiritual war going on all around us at all times. When it comes to this country, there's people who love this country, and there's people who absolutely hate America, want America to not represent what it's supposed to represent, which is a place where the common woman can come together, create a family, build up wealth, all right, for themselves, and have a certain culture of freedom, right? Where we can go and celebrate holidays and celebrate with your family, go out and just be safe and have a good time. This is America that we're supposed to be fighting for, right? We should love and appreciate, but people want to come and tear things down because of so-called racism and so-called inequalities, inequities, disparities, all these words that they like to create and make up and make it seem like there's a lot going on that really isn't going on. And they want to tear down all these institutions that we have. That's the war that's going on.
And right now, we need a commander in chief who will lead us to victory in this war. That's what we need in this country. You got to know you're in a war to win one. You can't win one if you're asleep at the switch, have your head stuck in the sand like most Republicans. And I think that's going to require somebody who isn't bought and paid for, a businessman, not a politician. Anybody heard of that? And that's why I was in this race. But I'll tell you, the people of Iowa spoke loud and clear last night, and I'm a big believer that we, the people, create a government that is accountable to us, not the other way around. That we, the people, choose who leads this country. And so we heard we, the people, last night, and that is why last evening I met my friend here. We met in person, and I told him that I would endorse Donald J. Trump for president of the United States.
Yep. There you got it, man. I wanted that to be fully understood, and him to say all he wanted to say, right? There you have it. All right. Shout out to Vivek Ramaswamy suspending his campaign, realizing this wasn't the time for him. He is like 38 years old, right? So I think he's like the youngest Republican to ever run for president. Shout out to him for that. And who knows, next go around or the next, who knows what could happen. But like I said, I like him stepping to the side. I like him getting behind Trump, supporting that campaign. I think that will be a force to be reckoned with. To have Trump, the guy who I want old Trump back though. Me personally, I want old Trump. I want 2015, 2016, 17 Trump. I don't want 2021 Trump. Okay, or 2020 Trump when he was pushing the that pokey poke. Okay, he was pushing that real hard. I didn't like that. All right. I don't like Trump that pushes LGBT crap. I don't want that. Period. Get back to the old Trump. Have Vivek back you up. All right. Do these interviews. He kills interviews when he does it. Let that happen. Like have that duo, and then add you some more people. Man, that's an unstoppable force right there. So that's that video. Let me know down below what y'all think about Vivek running for president in the first place. Was he a guy that you looked at as maybe the next president or not? And do you support him tagging along, jumping on the Trump train and pushing that along? Do you like that connection right there, that relationship? Let me know down below. Like the video, share the video, and of course, hit that subscribe. Thank y'all so much for doing so. Appreciate it. Thank y'all for hopping aboard and riding with me for another one. This was the Captain's Quarter Show. I was your host, L. Milliner, the Captain. Until next time, I am gone.